Okay, now we are trying to print with pellet extruder, and we have our PCL pellet and pellet extruder barrel and pellet extruder adapter and the piston with 2 O-rings and the build platform, painter's tape, fevistick and plumbing tape. So we are using bare PCL pellets. If you want to mix any powders with this, you can add, but make sure it is in nano scale. And the nozzle we are choosing now is 0.6 mm. It is default, but this is easily swappable up to 1.2 mm. So take the pellets and fill it into the barrel. So once it is filled, make sure you are filling only up to 70% so that the piston can be accommodated inside the barrel, making clearance from the top around 5 mm. So once the pellet is into the barrel, just push the piston and take out the piston guide rod. So this is the setup. So once this is done, take plumber's tape and make sure you are putting on the barrel thread. So generally 4 to 5 rounds are more than enough. So once it is done, just close the barrel so now this setup is ready, and we can put painter's tape on the glass build platform. Trim out the extras. This is for applying fevistick and to easily remove the print after it is done. So we will take these all things to the machine and we will start printing with the pellets. Okay, now we will continue printing with pellet head. So now the fourth head is installed with UV head. We need to replace this with pellet head. So in our web interface, scroll down and go to pellet head printing. So in this, click first one, enable pellet head. So and wait for the access to stop. So now the pop-up is saying install pellet head and connect the heater wire and fan wire. So we can remove this. So remove these 2 screws and remove the fan connection and take out the UV head. And install the pellet head. And put it in. So put the screws back. And tighten the screws. So connect the fan in the bottom port and connect the heater on the top port. So make sure it is tight. And then click OK. So now it is telling you to set the nozzle temperature. So we have not heated up the nozzle yet. So we need to heat the nozzle. click OK, and notice that the fan will switch on. So scroll down. Now you can see the head 4 is incorporated with heater. So for PCL pellets we recommend to print with 170 to 180 degrees Celsius. So click on this and enter 180 and click enter. So now you can see in heater it is in off. So click on the heater 3, so it will change to active. So now we can see the temperature is rising. So wait for the temperature to rise, then we can continue to next step. Okay, now the nozzle is hot enough, so we can go to the next step. So the next step is position pellet head. Click on it. So now it is telling you to install the glass plate. So we shall install the glass plate. And push this knob and tighten the screw. So we can apply some glue for better print adhesion. So make sure you don't touch this. So just apply a little bit of glue. Then click OK. So now the axis is moving upwards. So wait for the axis to move, and we need to insert the barrel. So for example, we have used this barrel. Now you can see there is an oozing from the previous material. So we need clean nozzle. So we can trim off this excessive materials and we can make it clean before inserting into the barrel. So now we are inserting this barrel and we need to tighten this. So we can tighten this until the nozzle touches to the bed. So now we can clearly see the nozzle is touching to the bed. So then connect the hose. So now once it is done, you can click OK, and it is telling you to try extrusion. Click OK. The bed will go down. And you can take off this oozing. So for PCL pellets we recommend to set head 4 pressure now at 0 bar, but we recommend to go for 4 bar. Click OK. Make sure your compressor is connected with more than 4 bar pressure in the tank. And if you go to the screen, you click on try extrusion, test extrusion. So the extrusion is fine now. Click OK. If you want to test it again, click once again. Okay. Now take out the plate and click OK. Now make sure you take out any excessive oozing from the bed. So now click position XY center. Now go to file section, jobs, go into pellet head and select print. So we will try some test specimen, tensile specimen. Click on this file and give yes. So it will start printing. So if you find any extra while running, you can just take them out. So now you can clearly see it is extruding the polymer perfectly. So if you add any nanoparticle powders with the PCL pellet, you can try with 0.6 mm nozzle at first. So if you find any clogging issues, you can scale up the nozzle size. So we can go up to 1.2 mm and the temperature of this head can go up to 280 degrees Celsius. So we will wait for this print to complete, and you can fill 2 grams of material into this barrel. So the slicer will estimate you the total weight of the parts we are going to print. So make sure it is within 2 grams so that you can completely print that part. So now the printing is done. So we can remove this pellet head. So for doing that, go into control, dashboard, into the pellet head printing section. So we need to click remove barrel, but before doing that we need to increase the heater temperature to 100 degrees and click active. 100 and enter. So wait for that temperature to reach, then click remove barrel. So it is intimating you to raise the temperature to 100 degree. So we have already set it. So we can disconnect the hose and we can so now the barrel is hot enough, so we can remove this barrel. So rotate it. So we can take out the barrel and keep it in a safe location. So if you want to remove this particular barrel to adapt with any other UV or syringe pump, you can do. Otherwise, click OK. Now give disable pellet head. So it is telling cancel printing. If you don't want to print with pellet, click OK, or else go to the G code and do the printing. So we don't want this pellet head to be continued, so we removed it. So wait for 5 to 10 minutes to cool this down, then we can remove this screw and attach our UV head or syringe pump head. So now the heater is cold, so we can take out the screw. And we can disconnect the heater wire, fan wire, and we can remove this pellet head. So if you want to add UV head, you can add, or you can keep this fourth head empty. So we can take out the build platform and we can take out the print. So the print is done.